contenders trying to catch up with what Fnatic are doing here. This is going to be a very tough map if Loud want the 2-0.
Well, let's get to it here. Our first pistol round of Lotus. Map number 2. Already fast beginning here for Loud. Smokes popped up in their faces, but they're going to be giving them easy access to the A side. Full clearance out towards Tree. And Fnatic playing off side there for the retake. Nade still being held for Aspas. He saved it. Not for a rainy day. Probably when the flood tries to come through. Bit of a tap to bait it. 3 players in Tree might get awkward though. That's why the door's rotating. Need to reposition from this one.
Alpha versus Less happening over here by the breakable door.
Door broken. Less. Oh, spots it. And, well, taking a new angle. With Alpha here falling, that could be more than a difference maker. Still revealed. Multiple players tucked into Tree. Nade. A lot of damage being done. A lot of players weak from Loud. And Less still might have to be that difference maker. Smoke in their faces! And it's all Fnatic just falling to pieces.
My ascent went the way of Loud. The gun rounds were 10 and 6 in favor of Fnatic on our first map. That's incredible that the map ended up going the other way. Much because Fnatic was so good in those rifle situations.
Here's a fight, here's a skirmish and a bit of a brawl, but it's Loud seeking to contain. Put a stop to it. That is a lovely target for all the kills to be funneled up on. Kawanzin's like, get off that orb.
Yeah, exactly. Nightfall is going to be available for the next round. I mean, Kawazin can just decide to try and hunt, and whether or not he dies or whether he gets the kill.
There's 2 more orbs.
Yeah, they could just go hunting for orbs too. I mean, they could go hunting for orbs in the next round. Either way, they're going to pretty much have a guaranteed major ultimate to be able to win their bonus round.
Always an awkward spot when you're the last alive on an eco round with Shorty.
I love the way that Boast is sprinting over to the A side,
yeah, I mean,
trying to get some value out of it, hunted down with the Prowler.
There's a Prowler in his face. He's trying to bait them up close. The top of the site, but contain, drop down. He's making a go of it, but that is, he can convert it. The Nightfall there, but here we go. Oh my God! Is that an attempt, a chance to try and fight over it? Spamming into the corner. No amount of nerdy lineups will save you from this one. It's a deficit of 2 players now.
Those are some ridiculous shots. Fnatic have got all the pressure on them currently, and the Nightfall didn't even have to be used.
Aspas doesn't know about the cross though. Already into the back of the side. That's Alpha. He's dropped down. Hasn't made any noise about it, but now spotted as well. But that shot rattled off. Aspas is going to seek to contain. He does. Doesn't get messy, doesn't get hairy, and there it is. 1 player left standing. It's Chronicle. Desperate to keep the rifle, but won't even get...
So I want to point out how Sadak is using his Viper Orb. Look at the positioning of this. It means that they can go straight from the Astra smoke into the Viper Orb spot, and by Fnatic using a smoke that kind of helps Loud take space at this point. They're like caterpillaring their way through to rubble, using their opponent's smoke utility.
Just hiding from the horn the whole time. B main control is lost. Lots of weapons in Fnatic's hands where they could really do some spam damage as well if they've got the right angles for it. There's a Guardian in the hands of Leo, the Sheriff's on top of it. Nade rebounding, they want to try and fight all the way over this one. And look at this, big to pieces, left into the 2 versus 2. Chronicle backs away, damage. Definitely done to 2 years. A single shot would bring him down just from the Marshall plant. Anything to push this off. Tucked to the corner close enough, and it is being covered. Still, plant there, and a chance. More than that, Boaster still is up against the doubled up position of the Loud players. The smoke's being watched, so definitely going to
stop it. They're going to have lockdown. These are the 3 biggest offensive tools that you have to put pressure on Fnatic. And Fnatic find themselves in almost exactly the same spot and ult advantages against them. And stealing their own strategies with the Odin, by the way.
Yep, the spam onto the line of side corner. There will be no early challenge.
Sadak has been watching the VODs. You can see the prep dripping off everything he does.
It's the #1 thing that really teams should have been taken away from Fnatic this entire time. Maximizing the usage of it. Prowler out towards Tree.
And here comes Aspas picking up the showstopper.
And here it is, huge ult with Durka falling.
That's just spammed through a smoke, I think. Though it's possible Durka had tucked in the corner trying to take a fight. That's a disaster. The first deaths really hurting Fnatic on Ascent as well. Durka on the attack side it was at that point, finding it difficult to generate advantages. Nightfall, it's a fake, but it doesn't see anyone, so do Loud pivot.
Do they want to commit to this?
Oh, what a mess.
Boaster, hold on. It's crouched and spamming, cleaving into the wall. What is the approach from Loud here? Bit of a pump fake. He's collected a second one on that. Okay, got to try and get a move on though if you are Loud here. 3 versus 3. Boaster's made this more than winnable. Nade, getting out the one section of this one, but really it's going to have to be a post plant played on site. Boaster has the Cosmic Divide. It's earned up. Everyone off the site though.
Cosmic Divide does not stop a showstopper though.
That is true.
That rocket will fly straight through.
Enough to earn them that space though. Did they even want to try and commit this ult? Looks like they should be. There it is. Cosmic Divide. As soon as they drop down though, showstopper unleashed. Fuse starting to burn down and dwindle. Beautiful seas. Rocket to the side. There's nowhere to run. Not for Chronicle to survive that. And it's tucked just to the side on top of it. Fnatic, you've got too many angles to watch for here. Really nice post-plant positioning. Leo's taken out.
They had given up by that point. Leo was just trying to escape and was denied the opportunity. Boaster had already made the call to flee. Loud are looking sublime here. And Loud are laying the roadmap.
Oh yeah. I think back as well earlier, you know, we were seeing the piece of all the teams at the beginning of the day, Boaster talking about it. You know, winning 2 titles in a row, you have a title or a target on your back.
And he also said, Boaster said, I know we're going to lose
Guardian.
Yeah, well, his economy's really stretched. He's just going for a Guardian light armor, and he can't really use all of his utility either.
Classic Haunt over the top there to try and take some of that space. Just seeing shots fired here. Door opens up wide. Alpha, that is maybe overstepping himself. Hello. That's a spike drop down. Potentially hurt there just from the spam. And Boaster, he's doing work with the Odin.
Makes things awkward for Les. The door opening is just so good, but Durka punishes Cowan for going for it.
Yeah, it's a little bit all over the place right now for Loud here. And Fnatic,
There.
skilled enough
You should
to be able to make the rounds winnable. Lockdown. Can be placed down. Durka making a go of this one now to reposition. Aspas just making sure that he holds that one area of the map. There's a detainment online. I want to head back over towards C, straight into Durka. Plenty of chances, but no connection, at least no kill.
And Les really sharp there, being able to take down Durka. The fight's happening in spawn. Good double face.
Yeah, a little response there by Leo with the trade. Now he's got the knife. Does he really seek to use this? Yes, it's a 2v2. Wants to make a go of it. It's just left up to Leo. You can see where the trail is pointing him into the corner. Dodge to the side. Les is not lacking.
The times to start here on Lotus, and Les has taken over. Absolutely taken over. One of the big win conditions for Loud being able to...
Same beginning with the Haunts. Dropped. Snakebite causing a bit of vulnerability, but one section of A, rubble control. It's gained and held by Loud. Oh, as soon as that door is pressed! Yeah, that is cheeky.
That's fantastic. Fnatic continue to iterate.
Here's Durka, operated not revealed. Alpha close to the corner! And the movement couldn't land the third. It was traded, but Durka was instantly there. The peak from main.
And threats on either side of the map. The kind of short and close setup from Fnatic there towards Mound. And then Boaster spamming through towards Switch on A. No matter where you go, Fnatic have got good ideas, and this, the first to be able to put a round on the board by the look of things.
There's definitely money to make a go at this if you are Aspas. Economical damage is good on top of it.
Left.
You are right, Josh. It's looking like hooked up here. First round win for Fnatic on Lotus.
And if you think back to Ascent, this is a similar kind of situation. Loud were able to get 4 in a row. Fnatic answered back, I believe, with 5. It'd be difficult for Fnatic to be able to do that here again. And they have less rounds to work with.
10
Loud
seconds left.
already finding 6 and the momentum in their favor. But we have seen Fnatic go on streaks, especially if they start to figure out how Loud are playing.
Yeah.
And not only does Boaster just no follow-up whatsoever. So these are the kind of things that Boaster will be reading into. And certainly, Loud are going to be more diligent with how they take that area.
Grouped up. Down towards B. Once not broken, it's a stack from Fnatic, and the door's broken, so starting to flood back into this one with a showstopper in the hands of Durka. If there is any presence here, they want to go for it. Okay, why not? Straight into them! Blown to pieces. It's a bloodbath in main. That proactivity, you love to see it.
And there's the value of having the Astra on the team. Tui's playing Omen here, but Boaster just looks amazing with all the ideas he has around the map. Bless trying to make something happen against a weak Chronicle, but taking a fight against Leo, and Leo's good for it. Cleaned up. What a play. Excellent stuff.
It's where Fnatic really excel, I think, as well, just those defensive ideas.
Oh, I mean, the C's too, just in case there's anything happening. Massive one.
Potential for C's nade, just a haunt that's taken care of. Still the molly behind them. There's 4 players seeking to really meet them on top of it. C's was dodged. Nade sent flying as well. This is really precarious and really a fight that you just can't afford to lose. 2 years falling now. I'm going to try and pivot, potentially. Les is making noise towards main. He has pulled players out open into the wide angles.
Les knows that there's 2 players over here, and Loud are going to try to punish. On the other side, though, Kawanzine dropped. And Boaster slips away without getting punished by the squeeze from Breakable Door and main. This attempt to react from Loud has now turned into a lurk play.
Chronicle is worried about stairs. He's actually not watching the one side here. Sadak should be set up for that. Yep, it's a freebie.
He might be able to pit here and make this a very difficult retake for Fnatic, despite the numbers situation.
Well, they do still have the lockdown, so if they do pit, probably going to see that space being played for now. Boaster and Alfie are playing together. It's important to get the lockdown off. The Loud have a play in mind to try and disrupt this one. It's going to push them all the way into Durka. Out towards the edge.
Durka's actually moving away.
They don't want to fight over it, yeah.
Clearing out Heaven instead.
Cosmic Divide just going to be used to block off that particular portion. Another Nana Swarm. There, decay damage. Boaster is really getting chipped down, and Loba still Durka. It's on the defuse, anything to push this away. It's a nade. Everybody's collected close to the corner. Time is ticking. Tick-tock, blast pack.
Aspas has another.
Util, and the pit has not fallen. Time is short. And Fnatic forced to just scurry away, back away.
What a round, what a... Fnatic put early pressure A and then went to go and react into B. They knew that Les was applying pressure there, but I love that call from the IGL of Loud to be able to get himself in a position where he can hit Chronicle, who's worried because he's lost.
Fnatic just resorting to these all-out fights. Still stacked up over towards A.
Sadak is also just putting himself in a really nice spot with this Viper Orb.
2 players watching. Boaster's holding the crossfire, but no, it's out to the open. Durka thought it was clear. Boaster seeking as well to try and take the fight straight to him. Yeah, cut to the corner, and yeah, does land it. So evens it out eventually. 4 versus 4.
Aspas with the ultimate as well. This is going to be so difficult for Alpha to deal with.
Prowler! It's good and latched to the side.
That was a lot of damage on Alpha, but no kill.
No kill at all. Still 4 versus 4 plan. Start going down here. Kawanzine. To disrupt him. Be able to get that one down as well. Setting up to the post plan. Only 1 player onto Mount.
Oh, this is a very aggressive post plan position, though. They have Paranoia, they have Haunt. This could really catch Fnatic off guard once they send it.
As soon as Util starts to get flying and flown straight into it, sees out to the back, Paranoia, the Horn, over to the top, not quite landing the lineup actually, disrupted ever so slightly, he's still making a go of it. Running away in, they just have to hit these shots as well. The utility has faded away, but again, it's time pressure, it's ticking away, and Alfia with the op forced once more. You gotta save it, you gotta back away, it's not winnable.
This has been a masterclass by Loud, finding every gap in the Fnatic setups, using their own utility against them to push Fnatic backwards. Think back to last year. It was the same story. Loud bombed out in Copenhagen. Does anyone bring that up? No, because they won champions that year. They're the defending champions. Compositions work and the way that these IGLs call, it won't be too bad.
I think that's why you saw them take the timeout then as well. That was the second timeout being taken in the first half with only 2 rounds remaining.
Alpha's also just been getting pushed back, not able to find the value out of the operator. Forced back from one angle to the next. And again, getting more and more passive. The lockdown just being used to push the Opera even further backwards. But Loud are not hitting off this.
Yeah, obfuscating and hiding here, tucked to the corner, inside the pit, there's a Prowler!
Wow, that's so good!
Just pre-firing it.
The lockdown pushes Chronicle into one half of his pit, and the Prowler gives away his location.
It's up to Boaster now. With the ult in, this timing is ridiculous, Boaster! Pushing forwards, of course, risks have to be taken, but now it's a 2 versus 4 plan. Down, Alpha here. Drop down silently. Returns with the 1. Durka with another. This is more than winnable. Nade. Still in the back pocket. If he knows both these players now playing inside tree as well, rebounding. All the chances in the world.
What a smoke.
Yeah, smoking themselves off here. Just so that they can spam, just so that they can use the util vulnerable up, drop down onto low HP, but there's that nade. That's how important it was. Sadak to 1v2 for Fnatic. A nasty way to play it. Cut up the crosshair placement. Jumping right into his face.
The dream duo. Attack-sided map, everything matters in this first. And finally we see the value coming out from Alpha. He's had a bit of a rough half so far. Probably his first of the entire tournament.
Of our first half, nade sent flying immediately straight towards them. Durka just running right through the Nana Swarms. Wants another go of it. Here it is, the pull, collecting them all. The ult prime for the taking. With the showstopper going flying, no kills. Only damage being done. Aspas.
Leo's
Dropping
stuck.
and falling. Leo stuck to the corner, but still it's a 2v5. It doesn't matter if he's stuck. You're trapped in here with me. 4.
I mean, the recovery here and the confidence that they're still playing with. The form from Durka, Alpha, and Leo just on his own, being able to win these duels. Defined by this clash towards Mound.
Oh yeah, it's already beginning, isn't it? One way set up, recall star.
Cautious from Fnatic.
Turret spotted, Sadak can't actually break that one. It was being watched, they're really trying to push this one, man. I mean, Aspas running through their own one way, for God's sake.
They were looking to go for the NRG play with the
trying
paranoia.
to squeeze them! It's being contained though. The tower wasn't taken care of, Sadak ended up falling, was tagged up, slowed to a crawl. Damage done, no kills found, Alphia survives.
He's so weak. The reaction as well from Fnatic is almost impossible. They don't really understand where to go on the map. They're going to take the fight towards B.
Collected though, and winning it. It's Chronicle and Leo. The most to do in this scenario, particularly Chronicle. He's had a rough one so far, this map, but that's a way to step all the way back up to the challenge. And more. This is Fnatic winning their first pistol round of the series. Well, it's looking like it.
And what a time to do it. After Loud have won 3 and snowballed those into bonus rounds and made things so difficult for Fnatic to start out each one of these halves when you need a comeback to occur, down 8-4. Fnatic deal with the aggression, and they're able to close things out.
Backside of map.
I'm very impressed with how they dealt with this too. There's a couple of missed shots for sure, but there's still a lot of danger in that round. You know, Lauda coming out with some fantastic ideas on the pistol.
All the bluster being shown. Up against the eco. Loud have got a bit of a pinch going on as well. I mean, they've taken B main control, holding towards C. Any
Looks like
signs of it? It's a trap play maybe off the paranoia?
Yeah, another paranoia being held by 2Es. This is one of the things that the Omen offers you that the Astra doesn't. We saw Boaster go for a couple of these plays with the pull, but the paranoia is very good at being able to activate traps if you have somebody holding contact or a piece of Killjoy utility, or sometimes teams will do it off an orb.
Yeah.
Here, though, there doesn't seem to be too much danger. Remember, though, that Fnatic did end up getting squeezed by the clock a few times on Ascent. And if they have a slower approach and Loud hold on to all of their utility, perhaps the same issue could rear its head here.
No one's going to be waiting to receive them, though, over towards C. I think the calling has done a good job here. It's pulled most of the Loud players out and over.
Little swap around there. Boaster taking the Marshal, looking like he wants to try an entry with it, so that if he goes down, Fnatic still keep those 4 rifles up.
There it is, satchel through and across, have to use the util here.
And this is very similar to the play that we saw actually broken down in that comms video.
It is, yeah.
Throw it up to the player to be able to get the plant down. Other people on Fnatic holding these angles. No Cosmic Divide for this one. And then Fnatic are going to be able to drop back into post plants. Loud's economy just isn't at the spot for them to be able to win this round, outside of some ridiculous Sheriff shots from Les and Aspas, but Les already hits the floor.
Swap guns again. Durka this time, though. He's trying to make a play for the ult. That's why he's doing it.
His sisterhood of the traveling marshal.
Yeah, I mean, what a Hans's exchange. It's crazy, but here we go. He'd love these kills here. Loud just seeking to try and go down to the spike here. Got to try and deny Durka this chance. They do. Just drop, but still only 2 away now with that death.
Durka's ultimate is the one that Fnatic like to prioritize the most.
A lot of utility probably sent flying on the Loud side of things. Onto the top of the boombot, bit of spam. Make sure nobody's crossed.
And now they can post up 2Es. This is again something you can do with the Omen that you don't find as much value with an Astra. And Fnatic do get that orb online on the opposite side of the map for Durka. Now Durka can try and play towards the B orb. You can see the kind of methodical way in which Fnatic approach the attack side. Trying to maximize their advantages. Loud have read this though.
Yeah, they're seeking to try and make a play towards it. Sees.
It doesn't
just
catch.
avoided.
Very close though. Is there another layer to this?
Not that much else when it comes to utility. And yeah, he's grabbed the orb, so now with the
40
orb
seconds
online,
spent to be able to get Durka his ultimate.
2 is holding close.
This
Snake
lineup
bite.
to try and remove 2Es from on top of Rubble.
They're gonna fight it. Prowler, Paranoia, sent on top. Not a fight taken close towards it still. Tucked to the corner, Loud. Need to be really careful here. Again, because of that showstopper, you can see them finally realizing they have to respect it, but down to 35 seconds.
And at some point here, the time is going to become a little bit of an issue for Fnatic. It looks like they're set up for a B split. It's an A fake into a B hit, and there are 2 players waiting here.
Kawazin doesn't hit the shot. It was just crossed into him now. And let's see it. Nanoswarm's closed.
There goes the showstopper.
He revealed it. Yep, Durka's dropped. Sight's going to be theirs, though. Still, that plant will be able to go down. Nothing to really push this one off here. Few seconds to spare. Taking up positions once more. Chronicle watching Leo's back. Doesn't have to worry about the little door here. It's going to be that full retake from Loud. All back section of the site. Sending in the bullets flying their way. Alfie will fall here. There is a pull onto it. A tap to try and force and bait it out. First layer of that utility. It's going to be dragged out of them here, but Fnatic are just playing this so excellently. His diligence shown still. They bait Boaster out wide into the open. No more util! And it's all being covered.
The space that Fnatic give them on site. Fnatic are frequently playing their post plants off site. And I think Loud know that. You know, the player that would be going aggressive and taking space is Durka. And when he falls, Durka didn't get a chance to use his Raze ultimate.
Definitely going to be one now, though.
Here it is.
Yep, as soon as it's fired off!
With the pull.
Catches.
Another masterclass play set up for there with Boaster's utility.
And Nade was meant to clear less, actually. He can still hold his ground. It's a bit of a missed attempt here. Still, there's so much in his face. 12 bullets left, and yeah, not watching for it. Sees.
How is he standing his ground against that?
It's ridiculous.
It's just waves of utility being thrown at his face, and yet Les still finds value and doesn't back off.
And they push behind him still. Aspas. He's holding it.
Raise back.
Doesn't want to use the nade. Durka, he's eager to take the fight.
Leo gets his nightfall with this plant.
Taps it down. Needs to be a play being made for it. That is ridiculous. Aspas. Such a wide face, such a wide swing. Adjusting with the movement. Leo, though,
missed.
He's tucked close to this corner here. He's going to be stuck in this position. Has to take the fight, and he does not win it. Aspas still locking down Waterfall. It's a series of one-on-one duels being taken by Fnatic, but they are not winning them right now. Loud in immaculate form. Alfie. He's got to come on live right here, right now. Tucked close to the corner. No one's actually putting that pressure on to try and stop this one. Snakebite at his feet. Forced to make a play. It was all being held.
Aspas does an incredible job in the retake. Wide swings, takes out Durka. And he's doing the same here again. We have not seen a match take control of those duels.
It's a C's nade off the rip. In that early conditioning that hasn't been sent flying, but there was nobody really there.
And for Loud, control of this area is even more important and even more useful because 2Es can linger in this spot. How do Fnatic root him out?
What are they going to be using? Through the smoke, it's going to be fading at any moment. Yet Prowler, Durka, Satchel up close! Near-sighted, but up close and personal. So he's going to be liking it in that scenario in particular. Aspas, you are greedy for this, man. There's really no safety there. Nade to clear out towards the corner, but a Satchel as well to disengage Kawazin. He picks up the line of sight angle.
Is it the percentage play for Aspas to take the fight? Maybe not, but he's got a hot hand and he's winning all the duels. He knows that he, at the moment, is going to be favored in those kind of spots.
You just cannot fold him for it. Not if he's winning it. Late, the Haunt revealing quite a bit. Maybe now the pressure is mounting.
Fnatic again allowing the clock to tick down. There's less than 30 seconds available, and Les is in a spot to be able to destroy any pivot to be. Aspas is one away from his nade again. If he gets another kill, there's 15 seconds.
This is done. They have to win the fight towards the back of the site. With this little time as well, Stars drop down. Satchel for Aspas, doesn't seem to really use it, doesn't land the kill! It's out wide!
That's messy.
There was no coverage there. Kawazine is going to try and survive now. Horn over the top is what his plan needs to be committed. I believe there was just 4 seconds. There is extension towards it. 2 versus 2. Fnatic desperate to stay in this one. Tucked into the corner now with a Horn back online. Leo and Boaster. Leo seeking to cross around. It's a slight angle. You can just see Sadak. But still towards the back. It's duels that need to be won. Forced out. Spamming, it's so damn precarious. Dropping down, Sadak rips away the hopes and dreams.
Loud are so cautious on the retakes. They're not sending it with a lot of utility, trying to flood in and get aggressive in their face. What they're doing is applying a small amount of pressure, and then Fnatic are the ones going for the swing.
On their backs. Oh, Odin played to spam that corner.
My ult is ready.
Aspas happy to just skip across and still lock and hold on to that. A-Rob will control him in 2 years. Any attempt really by Fnatic. Hasn't really been working out to try and fight over that. Snakebite's good though. It's going to push 2 years a little bit wider. Still those shots rattled across. But for Loud, it really comes down to this fight. The C's nade is beautiful. They knew the Turk was crossed, and there's the punish. The call is made by Fnatic. They want nothing to do with this area. Backing away, but they've got no prior map control. None of the Killjoy utility broken. It's all still active, less with the alarm bot and the turret. It's all watching these corners, and look at Loud already flooding into position. They know which way this is going to be landing. The ult's online, it's just impossibilities. Again, you need miracles from Fnatic. Otherwise, it's going to be Loud on series point. Time running short, less. That's the lockdown. Doesn't take the fight. Jump spot, Leo with the plans. Boaster wins his duel. Straight up towards them, still it's traded. Lockdown, going down now. But Leo's still here and active. They have to respect this though. No way to break it. Got to play off site, and did he really have anything to deal with this? All being revealed up. Nanoswarm's being deaded very early on here. Stacked on top because they just really don't know if they're actually on this one. Smokes, these are brutal to get through. 2 years, sticking it onto half already. Nothing to break this at all. It has to be damaged, it has to be killed, and it's not in sight.
Fnatic are struggling to come up with plans to deal with them, and the retakes come through thick and fast. The slow squeeze is too much for here.
This could end right here, right now. Dirk with a satchel up top. Horn, not broken in time, reveals him up close to the corner here. Gotta land the shots! The nade's done the damage. Where is it? A response needs to be made, and it's just not there!
The lurk play by Boaster up through B. If anybody could save them, perhaps it would be him.
But already it's the wraparound. I mean, Les is already behind him. It's all up to Boaster. And this is it. A single round stands before them. A single player stands before them. But Loud are on the cusp.
This would be Fnatic's second ever loss on Lotus, both to Loud, and their second loss ever. Only Liquid being able to take down this super team before, and they went and won the EMEA trophy. Loud know it, they can feel it. There's one player left, soon to be cleaned up, and Loud have done it, a 2-0 to take out Fnatic in the first match of playoffs here at Champions.
Loud